Hi there, mathematicians. Let's learn how to bisect a segment using our calculators. So go ahead and turn your calculators on. You should be on your home screen. So go to New Document, then select 3, Add Geometry. And we're going to first construct a segment. So go to Construct, we need to actually get a segment. So go to Points and Lines, and then option number 5, Segment. Remember, you can scroll over the icon in the upper left-hand corner that reveals the directions in case you forget what to do. So you have a point. We want 2 endpoints to create our segment. So hit Enter wherever you'd like on the screen, and then move your cursor, and then your segment can be any length you want it to be in any direction. So it doesn't matter where you drop the other endpoint. I'm going to drop the other endpoint about right there. So hit Enter. So you've constructed your segment that you want to bisect. Hit Escape to get out of the segment mode. Now, to bisect, this is a new vocabulary word. Bisect in your notes means to divide the segment into 2 equal parts. That's a summary of the definition. So essentially, you're looking for the midpoint. So let's go to Menu, and then Construction, and see option 5 says Midpoint. That's what we want to construct, is the midpoint. That's the same as the bisector of a segment. So hit Enter. Again, you have a new icon. So it says our directions say to get the midpoint, click the segment. So I'm going to go over here to the segment and notice how it got darker and thicker. That means your segment is selected. So once that's darker and thicker and you see the word segment, hit Enter. Notice it puts a point right there in what looks like the very middle. So hit Escape to get out of midpoint form. So there's your midpoint of this segment. Let's go ahead and name our segment. So go to Menu and Actions. Number 7 is your text. And just click your text box. We'll call this segment A, B. And then the midpoint we will call point M. Then hit Escape. Oh, I forgot to hit Enter. Sorry about that. Let's go back. This is a good learning opportunity. You have to hit Enter once you've done the action. So I hit Enter. Now I have the point M there. Now go Escape. So we have points A, M, and B. M is the midpoint between A and B. Now an actual bisector is an object. So let's just put the midpoint bisected by another segment. So I'm going to have another segment passing through point M, and therefore this segment is my bisector. So I'm going to call this segment CD. And so what we can say here is that segment CD bisects segment AB at point M. Well, let's just confirm that. So go to Menu, Measurement, Length. So I'm going to measure from length A to M. And notice there's a value. I'm going to move it over here to be right above the segment A to M. Now I'm going to measure from M to B and put that value right above the segment M to B. Looks like I have a match. So what's my conclusion? I can conclude that AM equals MB. Therefore, point M is the midpoint between A and B. So I have just confirmed that M is indeed the midpoint. And then my actual bisector, the object that's doing the bisecting, is segment CD. Alright, let's take a look at maybe a different object. So let's create a new page. So you can add a page to the document. See this plus page in blue above the word above your dock key. So since it's in blue, that means I need to hit my control key. So hit control dock, and see it's asking what kind of page I want to add, and I want to add a geometry page. So notice I now have a new page. I'm still in the same document, so I'm in 1.2. Alright, so let's get our original segment that we want to bisect. Again, you can put it anywhere. I'm going to have it go at a diagonal this time. But you can have it go in any direction, doesn't matter. And then I'm going to name my segment. I'm going to call this one AB. It's a new AB. And then I want the midpoint. So I have to escape out of the text mode. You always have to escape out of whatever mode you're in. So we want measurement of the length. No, just kidding. I want to construct a midpoint. So construction, midpoint. Again, just select the segment and it puts the midpoint there for you. Hit escape to get out of midpoint form. And then go to menu. Let's make the object that's doing the bisecting be a ray this time. I'll have the ray's endpoint at M, and then just have the ray going off in whatever direction. So I'll just have it go off this direction. Notice it doesn't give me an arrow right here. That's just one thing our TI-nspire doesn't do, is give us an arrow so we can actually see it. But if I scroll over it, I can see the word ray, so I know it's a ray. So with the endpoint of the ray is here, we need to name it. We'll call our midpoint M, M for midpoint. So what we have here is ray. Let's name our ray. Let's call it ray MT. And so we have a point right here, and if you want to see the point, you can put the point wherever you'd like. And there it is. There's the point. And we learned how to do points in the previous construction video for calculator. Need to escape so I don't do multiple points. So what we can say here is that ray MT is bisecting segment A, B at point M. And if we just want to confirm, let's do a measurement. Get a length from A to M. There it is. I'll put it right here next to AM. And now let's measure from M to B and put the measurement right here. So it looks like I have a match. They're equal. So I can conclude that M is the midpoint of AB. And so that's how you figure out your segment bisectors. All right, bring any clarifying questions to class.